Good evening, everybody, and welcome to College Station, Texas, and to the campus of Texas A&M University for SEC Soccer here on the SEC ESPN Network. Tonight, it's the 5th-ranked Texas Aggies and the Mean Green of the University of North Texas. I'm David Ellison alongside his former All-SEC and Texas A&M great Allie Bailey. Both teams come into tonight's game 8-1 on the season. Texas A&M is 2-0 in the SEC, including a road win over preseason conference favorite Florida. North Texas has won 5 straight with 5 consecutive shutouts. Texas A&M is undefeated at home. North Texas is undefeated on the road. Allie, 2 good teams. Something's got to give.
The keys for North Texas tonight, Dave, are to stay organized defensively and keep a strong defensive shape against a strong Texas A&M offense. They also need to take advantage of every opportunity they get offensively and to finish their chances. On the other hand, Dave, Texas A&M needs to find their rhythm again. They lost it a little bit in their win on Friday night against Vanderbilt, so it is important to find a good possession rhythm for the Aggies tonight to break down University of North Texas.
Should be a great match tonight. We're glad you're with us. Texas A&M and the University of North Texas is just moments away right here on the SEC ESPN. Welcome back to Ellis Field on the campus of Texas A&M University. There is UNT head coach John Hedlund in his 21st season, 288 wins. Quite a record at UNT. Just never had a losing season. Allie, there's the starting lineup for the Mean
UNT
Green.
is going to match up with A&M tonight in a 4-3-3. Their key player is their attacking midfielder, Pineda, who is an offensive threat for North Texas.
All right, we're just moments away here from the kickoff. There you see Aggie head coach G. Guerreri, 402 wins on the career. 400 came against Florida in the first SEC contest. Quite a record here for Aggie head coach G. Guerreri. There's the starting lineup for the Aggies.
Texas A&M is going in their traditional 4-3-3 tonight as well. They're going to be looking to make the field big with their wingbacks Wright and Mueller out wide.
All righty, it's about 91 degrees here in College Station. Been a warm day. Still what you expect here in the second, third week of September. Mean Green in their lime green jerseys, Texas A&M in the white, and we are underway. The Aggies come out with the first possession, immediately lose it. Such a great defense for UNT. Chelsea Soto, one of the players who has been so outstanding. That's Amber Haggerty. Takes a shot, sends it just wide. Haggerty stepping into the lineup for Rachel Holden, out with yellow cards. Of course, in college soccer, once you accumulate 5 yellow cards, you have to sit out the next game. And that is the case with Holden. And that's important for UNT because she's produced 5 goals and 2 assists on the season. There's Carly Moeller, one of the senior co-captains for Texas A&M.
Dave, like I mentioned in the open, it's going to be very important for Texas A&M tonight to establish their rhythm and possession tonight very early.
Grace Wright with it. You see Wright up there on the left-hand side. She is the left back. The Aggies quite often will bring their outside backs up into the attack to provide them numbers in the finishing third. Goal kick coming up. You see right there, Jackie Kirstein. Look at those stats. 32 saves, a .914 save percentage, and a 0.34 goals against average. They've announced 4 goalkeepers of the week, 1 each week in Conference USA. She's won that award 3 times. Very, very impressive goalkeeper. Kirstein is 6'1", has a lot of reach.
Dave, something that I've noticed early in this game tonight already is the ball is being played in the air a lot. The sun is beaming down on them. It's going to be so important for both teams to try to keep the ball and not be chasing it and having it in the air all night.
And Texas A&M going into the sun here in the first half tonight. Allie Watt, the freshman speedster out of Colorado, gets the cross off. And there was Grace Wright. I mentioned her earlier, coming up out of her defending third slot all the way up into the attacking third for Texas A&M to get a foot on that ball. It was gathered in, however, by Jackie Kirstein.
I really like that cross in by Texas A&M's right forward Watt. It's going to be so important for her team tonight, for her to be getting down the line, using her speed, and delivering quality balls.
This throw in will go to Chelsea Soto out of Louisville, Texas. A sophomore for the Mean Green. The Aggies win it right back. That's Carly Moeller, mentioned her earlier. Mallerby for Texas A&M. Stephanie Mallerby, one of the sophomores who's seeing a lot of playing time as a starter for the Aggies. Senior-laden lineup for Texas A&M. Last year, those seniors were gone, and so many of those sophomores or freshmen last year who saw time on the field now as sophomores find themselves in the starting lineup. Both Mallerby along with Haley Pounds contributed so much of the offense for Texas A&M this season. There's Brittany Crabtree with the ball. And there was Stephanie Mallerby. Trained with the South African national team this past summer. Mallerby was trying to get the ball to Hoidu. Was broken up, and here comes UNT. That's Amber Haggerty again. Square ball, not enough pace on it, picked off there by Grace Wright, and she is back into the attack. That's Haley Pounds, the Aggies' leading scorer. And we're going to have our first foul of the night. Nice diagonal run there, Allie, by Haley Pounds.
Haley Pounds did a nice job of cutting in with her right foot, going towards the goal, and getting in front of her defender, and the defender had no choice but to foul her in that situation.
Squeezed between two defenders, as you saw on the replay, but had a step, and so consequently the foul will be on North Texas as they didn't get a clean touch on the ball, and it will be Pounds who will take the kick for Texas A&M. She takes all of the corners for the Aggies as well. Low driven ball off of the post of the upper 90, and it will go out of bounds. Wow, what a shot.
That was an excellent strike by Haley Pounds. She did a nice job of getting her body over the ball and to hit the target. Here's another look at it right here. Just missing the outside
ball
post.
Slicing away up toward the corner. Just a great set piece, well struck ball by Haley Pounds. Whistle and a foul there. Haley Pounds was a little slow to get up. Will be another free kick for Texas A&M. Just underway here in College Station. Two outstanding teams, as we mentioned in the open. Both 8-1 on the season. The Aggies undefeated at home. North Texas undefeated on the road. As we said, something's going to have to give tonight. Ashlyn Harriman drives it in. No problem there for Jackie Kirstein. It's Pounds tried to chase it down. Aggies wanted a foul on that play, but Pounds was not going to get it. Actually, we had an offside, Allie.
as Bounds was called for being offside.
Dave, it's really important for Texas A&M here, especially in the beginning of the game, to try to get as many shots off as they can because UNT's goalie is looking a little bit into the sun on her right side there.
Well, that's a very good point. And over the course of the next, half hour or so, the sun, the problem with the sun for the goalkeeper defending the south goal will get a little bit more difficult as the afternoon moves on. And then the two teams will come out of the locker room. Typically by the time they get out of the locker room for a 6 o'clock start, the sun won't quite be as bad. Nice job there by Watt and Moeller for Texas A&M. Watt on the diagonal. Tries to slot it through. Bounce back. That's Mallerby with the ball for Texas A&M. Down into the corner. Allie Watt again. Strong shot taken there. Ashlyn Harriman, you see there with the ball, number 16. Done just an outstanding job for Texas A&M at that left center back position this year as she moved into the starting lineup. Too much pace almost on that ball, but finally it's going to be Allie Watt who loses it out of bounds. One of the things that Allie, early on, Texas A&M maintaining a lot of the possession, spending a lot of the time in their attacking half of the field, and a good portion of time in their finishing third.
Yeah,
keep a lot of pressure.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Dave, and that's going to be important for them. Even if they're not able to get a goal right away, the more and more that they're able to keep the ball, especially in their offensive half and offensive third, they're going to be able to create opportunities all night.
It's Kate Hoydu, another one of the freshmen for Texas A&M. Long diagonal ball in there from Grace Wright. Nobody could get on the end of it for the Aggies. And we'll have another goal kick from Jackie Kirstein. Ball goes out of bounds right in front of the UNT bench off of Marshall Davis. Davis, 3 goals on the season for UNT. Nice job there by the Mean Green to step in front. Chipped ahead there by Carla Pineda. Nobody on the run.
That is where UNT needs to be able to connect passes. They're not going to be getting as many chances as they're used to playing one of the top teams in the country, so they need to be able to take advantage in any attacking situation that they get, especially in a counterattack.
University of North Texas, of course, was the regular season champion in Conference USA last year. There's Moeller trying to hit Michaela Harvey for Texas A&M, and Harvey's going to get it off a right-footed shot, but it comes in chest high to Kirstein. She'll gobble it up.
Appreciate your support. We ask that you please keep your flag lowered while the ball is in play. Thank you for your cooperation.
4 shots for Texas A&M, 3 of which have been on frame, 1 for North Texas, and it was wide of the mark. Texas finally able to get the ball on the ground. That's Anna Flobeck. Chipped into the area there by Chelsea Soto as she comes up from her left defensive position. There you see the roster breakdown for Texas A&M. Very heavily weighted toward freshmen and sophomores. 14 of the players on the Aggie roster in either their first or second year. Typically, Texas A&M, out of the starting 11, about 9 of them will be either freshmen or sophomores. There you see the roster breakdown for UNT. Not altogether different, a little bit heavier emphasis on the senior class there, but again, 16 sophomores, 16 freshmen and sophomores in that class. So a young squad for UNT as well. It's going to be good for some years to come. Of course. For North Texas, and win that battle. And it will bound out of bounds on the far side. Again, 4 shots for Texas A&M, 3 of which have been on frame. Still 1 shot for North Texas. That was wide of the mark. There's Harvey. Ball's picked off, and here come the Mean Green again. That's going to be a whistle and a foul.
Foul call on Texas A&M.
Here comes the replay.
Pounds just getting right on the end of Davis right there, clipping her from behind, and that's why it's called a foul in this situation.
9, Carla Pineda with the free kick for North Texas.
Pineda with her right foot sends the ball in. Headed away nicely by Michaela Paulson. Sent back in by Soto. Great job there by Ashlyn Harriman to get Marshall Davis off of the ball, and the Aggies are able to start the attack one more time.
And Dave, that's where Texas A&M needs to be completing their passes. They're getting numbers forward, they're getting up the field, but that final pass right at the top of the box is just a little off right now.
And you're absolutely right, Allie, and that's a little bit of a continuation that we saw from the contest on Friday night against Vanderbilt, where the Aggies prevailed in a very, very tough contest against Vanderbilt, a much improved Vanderbilt Commodore squad. But the Aggies that night as well were just a little bit off trying to finish with that final pass.
A nice decision there by Ashlyn Harriman. She had the option to boot it forward, but she found right out wide to try to keep possession for A&M.
Probably hear that group down below for Texas A&M, as well as the drums. That's the Maroon Militia.
the student support group for Texas A&M soccer, always makes their presence felt here during the games at Ellis Field. Crabtree cleared away there by Kelsey Slaughter. There you see the Maroon Militia drum corps. Harvey trying to get it to Crabtree, broken up there again nicely. You get an idea here why it is so hard to score against UNT.
And North Texas has looked solid defensively, winning tackles and breaking up some plays for A&M. So if they can stay like that all night long tonight, Dave, they definitely have a chance against this tough A&M team.
Grace Wright to Harvey for Texas A&M. Allie Watt sends it just over the crossbar. Good possession there for Texas A&M, Allie.
A&M did a nice job of finding Pounds out wide, and she had a nice decision cutting in and finding an open Allie Watt in the back post, but just unable to convert.
Here come the Aggies again. Mallerby through the middle of the field. It's going to take a shot fielded there by Kirstein. Aggies getting a lot of shots, 6 so far. Mallerby back to right. Hoydu. Aggies will start it over. Nice combination play there by the Aggies. Across by Moeller, there was Brittany Crabtree closing, but again, Kirstein able to step in front, field that ball.
And a great run by Moeller, getting all the way up the field, just unable to get her hips fully around the ball to get across off to one of her teammates in the box.
Harvey again. Nice stop there by the Mean Green. A whistle and a foul called on Kate Hoydu, the Aggie freshman. Hoydu out of Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, Hoydu just getting the end on Pineda, backside of her on that play. That's why the foul was called there, just clipping her from behind.
There you see Carla Pineda. Ball in the penalty area. Offside call on UNT. Taylor Torres got caught in just a little bit early. Mallerby to Pounds. Back to Mallerby. Allie Watt trying to get ahead on it, put it between the posts. Can't quite do it, sends it past the near post. But again, nice opportunity, nice possession for the Aggies.
And a great ball in by Mallerby. Allie Watt did an excellent job of getting in front of her defender, beating her to the ball and getting ahead on it. She wishes she had that one back, Dave, for a goal.
There you see Allie Watt, the junior, out of Colorado. She was on a state champion 4x200 meter relay team. She's got some wheels. That relay team set a Colorado state record. She ran the anchor leg on that relay. Throw in for UNT. Far side of the field, going over to take it is Marshall Davis. Davis out of Trophy Club, Texas. Every player for UNT from the state of Texas. Whistle and a foul call there. Foul was called and a flowback.
Here's another look at it here. Yeah, Hoydu did a great job of getting in between the ball and her player, and it looks like UNT's midfielder just got in behind her and fouled her from behind.
Been a very, very physical game here in the first few minutes of the contest between these two teams. Nice effort to win that ball by Chelsea Soto. North Texas beginning, Allie, to maintain a little more possession here as the game moves on. Haven't been able to string a lot of passes together, but they're beginning to string more than they were in the first 10, 15 minutes of tonight's contest.
You're right, Dave, and they're able to string some of these passes in A&M's defensive half, so they're now starting to get closer to their scoring goal.
You've been down on this field, obviously an all SEC performer for Texas A&M. What is it? How do you begin to try to break down a defense? You're, of course, obviously up top for Texas A&M and as a forward. How do you start to break down a defense?
You know, Dave, it's all about keeping possession and keeping the ball and staying patient. Sometimes you're not going to be able to get a goal right away, but the more and more you keep the ball and create scoring opportunities, it will wear down any team you're playing against, especially the defense, if you're continuing to put shots and pressure on them.
I mean, it takes a lot out of you to spend a lot of time chasing, does it not?
Exactly, especially in this heat and with the early start time of 6 o'clock. The game will be in the sun most of the time, and so it is so important to keep the ball and not be chasing as much as you can.
Texas A&M with the ball. That's Carly Moeller in space. Ball kissed off of the crossbar. Sent in originally as a pass. Turned out to be a rather nice shot for Texas A&M. One of the things, Allie, that I notice, that I really see North Texas doing is moving as a unit defensively in terms of their back line, the way they move and maintain their shape, no matter what Texas A&M is trying to do offensively.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to want to put numbers behind the ball tonight, and like we mentioned in the open, they want to stay organized in the back and try to keep A&M in front of them as much as possible.
As we've mentioned, Jackie Kirstein in goal with a 0.34 goals against average for UNT, but those stats aren't solely due to Jackie Kirstein. You've got to, she'll be the first one to tell you that. You've got to have a great back line. And certainly UNT does that with Carissa Sanders, Chelsea Soto, Tess Graham, and Molly Grisham. All four of those players play very well together, as you've seen tonight, them move together from one side of the field to the other and get back quickly, keep a lot of people behind the ball, and play physically when they need to.
And it's definitely been working for them so far. They know what they need to do defensively and stay solid and stay focused, and they've limited A&M's chances in the first half.
North Texas only able to get off one shot so far here in the first half. That was not on frame, and that's primarily the result of Texas A&M having the majority of the possession. The Aggies with 8 shots, 4 of which have been on frame.
And you know what, Dave? I think UNT is okay with that right now. I think they're okay with sitting back and letting A&M play in front of them.
Whistle and a foul called, I believe, will be on Stephanie Mallory. Mallory was in, Allie, but again, a great defensive job.
North Texas Sanders did a nice job here getting her body in between Mallory and the ball, and she was able to win it without fouling. Mallory obviously committing the foul there from behind.
And that was Carissa Sanders. She's just a freshman out of Denton, Texas. Whistle and a foul there called on North Texas. Again, a lot of fouls here in the first half, kind of a indication of the physicality in this game.
And you know what, Dave? That disrupts play, too. North Texas here, take a look. Yep, Pineda just gets Harvey, clips her from behind, but that slows down the game for A&M. It breaks up their possession, and that might be part of their game plan tonight is to try to slow it down.
Both of these teams, of course, had games on Friday night. There's Allie Watt one more time. Shot just wide of the post. Watt has had several cracks at it so far this evening. Hasn't been able to find the back of the net.
A great chance for Texas A&M. Harvey playing a perfect through ball here to Watt out wide. And Kirsten for North Texas did a nice job of coming out early and closing down the goal options for Watt.
Couple of substitutions for Texas A&M. Checking out of the lineup, Brittany Crabtree and Kate Hoydu. Checking in, there you see Janae Cousineau, one of the 3 seniors on this Aggie roster. Also checking in for Texas A&M is going to be Claudette Lissandro. She is a freshman for Texas A&M, and a couple of substitutions as well
Also 3 subs for North Texas.
for North Texas.
Kelsey Slaughter, number 8, Taylor Torres, along with number 19, Carissa Sanders. In the lineup for Mean Green, number 10, Lindsey Holstein, number 5, Jackie Moreau, and number 24, Tori Phillips.
That's Ashlyn Harriman with the ball. Again, nice job there by the back line of UNT. Clear the ball out of danger. Lay it off. Flobeck. Number 14. That's Holstein. Lindsey Holstein with the ball. Number 10 you see there. Picked off by the Aggies, sent forward again. Checking into the lineup at that last change for UNT is Lindsey Holstein, along with number 5, Jackie Moreau, and number 24, Tori Phillips. Checking out of the lineup for the Mean Green, Kelsey Slaughter, along with Taylor Torres and Carissa Sanders. There you see Janae Cousineau, outstanding player for Texas A&M. Very good on set pieces. 10 goals during her Texas A&M career as a holding mid, most of them on set pieces. Very good down in the trenches for Texas A&M.
And Mueller did a nice job on that play right there, finding Allie Watt in space. That is so key for Texas A&M tonight, to use her speed to her advantage. She was unable to convert on the cross, but I like that idea by Mueller out wide.
There you see Allie Watt mentioned earlier, a lot of speed. Playing up top on the right-hand side for the Aggies. Had a couple of good looks tonight, just not able to finish. I started to mention a while ago, Allie, this is, of course, second game of the weekend for both of these teams. Pounds tries to get there. Collision there with Kirstein. Can't do it.
Here's Kirsten coming out for the ball, and doesn't look like a foul there. She got the ball cleanly. Pounds just coming in a little late, tripping over her legs.
Haley Pounds will take the corner for the Aggies. This will be a right-footed outswinger. Nice job there by Kirstein, but maybe just a little excessive force as she swung the elbow around at Michaela Paulson.
Here's another look. Yep. Kirsten just feeling the pressure of Paulson.
Not necessary. Allie started to mention this a while ago. Second game of the weekend for both teams. The Aggies were in a physical contest on Friday against Vanderbilt. North Texas is a physical team. How tough is it for both of these teams to get mentally and physically recharged and ready to go here for the second game of the weekend?
It's extremely tough, Dave, especially because both these teams only won their games Friday night 1-0. And so they were playing, most of their starters probably most of the game, and they need to take care of their bodies and recover, and I'm sure both of these teams did to come out and play tonight, but it is definitely mentally tough, and you just have to try to stay focused the entire game, physically and mentally.
And, of course, even tougher on UNT as they had to make the bus ride today down from Denton. Foul called. It'll be a free kick, Texas A&M. Down to 10 minutes.
Foul call on North Texas.
There you see the fouls. 9 for North Texas, 3 for Texas A&M.
Here's another look at some of the fouls tonight, and Dave, UNT knows how dangerous Texas A&M is offensively, and it's looking like they're doing anything they can to disrupt their rhythm.
And there is another one, and this will be a card issued on Lindsey Holstein.
And this North Texas team is extremely physical as well, with one of their players on 5 yellow cards having to sit out tonight.
You're right. One of their starters, Rachel Holden, as Allie said, sitting out because she received her 5th yellow card. Also out tonight is Alexis Cable. She received a red card in the game on Friday night, so she is unavailable as well. Of course, Texas A&M, as we mentioned earlier, without the services of Emily Bates tonight. She's on a game-to-game basis, basically. Suffered a knee injury against Vanderbilt on Friday night. Unavailable tonight. Ball will be a throw-in deep down in the corner for North Texas.
And this is an opportunity for Texas A&M to push everyone up, keep them tight in this corner and win the ball here, and they're close to their goal to score.
Throw in again, Texas A&M. Still been able to maintain possession in the attacking third, just not able to finish. As we mentioned earlier, the Aggies came out victorious Friday night against Vanderbilt. Not happy with their performance. Part of that, to be quite honest, due to a vastly improved Vanderbilt team. But much of it due to some of the inexperience of the Aggie team. There's the Aggies again trying to close, get a shot on it. That was Pounds. Can't do it. And it's sent over the end line.
We'll take another look at it here, Dave. Pounds with an excellent chance on goal, but Kirstein able to come up big again to keep her team in this game.
Penalty Haley Pounds, who will take the corner kick for the Aggies. There you see her, number 12. Headed away there nicely by North Texas. Sent back in by the Aggies. But it will all go for naught as Jackie Kirstein is able to gather the ball in. I was mentioning earlier, game Friday night, Texas A&M had a really tough time with Vanderbilt. Scored late to seal the win, but Texas A&M, much of it due to the quality of play from Vanderbilt, but some undoubtedly from a little bit of the youth and inexperience for Texas A&M. And Allie, I was going to ask you, this is
here's some of Texas A&M opportunities tonight. Ali Watt on the right-hand side getting a lot of shots off, but just unable to connect here in the first half.
Well, I was going to ask, Allie, you've been through this drill 4 years here at Texas A&M. When in the season do you start to hit the wall a little bit, or do you? In terms of the accumulation of games.
The SEC is such a strong conference, Dave. Every team is so difficult, and now Texas A&M starting their conference play with a young team, and with most of their starters playing the full game, it does start to hit them, and that's why it is so important all week for them to be taking care of their bodies and hydrating and refueling so that they can be performing their best every single game.
Whistle and a foul called there. That's Carla Pineda.
Foul called on Texas A&M. The free kick for North Texas by 9, Carla Pineda.
Pineda doing a nice job keeping the ball on her feet. A little tricky move, and Harvey just clipping her from behind, and another foul here in the offensive third for UNT.
Low driven ball by Pineda.
And those balls, Dave, are extremely hard to defend. A low-driven ball like that, if anyone is able to get a quick touch or a header on goal, that's a very dangerous opportunity.
Whistle and a foul again. Jackie Moreau. And Moreau will get a yellow card.
And we'll take another look at this foul here. A very obvious play. Morale just shoving Mallerby with both of her hands from behind.
Second yellow card of the half on UNT. That was a nice tackle. And we'll explain the difference here in just a moment. Michaela Paulson will send it out of bounds for Texas A&M. Watch this.
And an excellent tackle here by Pineda. She was able to get all ball and use both of her feet for that tackle, and that's why it wasn't a foul.
And that's a key to it right there. That's a nice physical soccer play, a good tackle. She got ball first. That's why it wasn't a foul.
And credit to UNT tonight, Dave. So far in this game, they've been able to use their physicality to their advantage, disrupting A&M.
Be a goal kick for Texas A&M. Taylor Saucier in goal tonight for the Aggies. Haven't had to mention her name much, if at all, tonight, and that is testament to the fact that the Aggies have kept possession of the ball in their attacking half. Ball will go out, and this is one of the things, Allie, that makes soccer such an interesting game. Here you have Texas A&M, who has maintained possession, maybe let's say 3/4 of the first half, and maintained possession of the ball in their attacking half. But we are tied 0-0. The difference between winning and losing is so razor thin in soccer. If North Texas gets a quick counter, a breakaway, bang, they're ahead, even though Texas A&M has dominated the game up to this point.
You're right, Dave. 0-0 score, anything can happen. Even though, like you said, A&M is dominating, if North Texas gets a quick counterattack, it can completely change the game.
Well, it also speaks to the point of how important it is to finish the chances you have.
Texas A&M's Carly Muller receiving a yellow card on this play here. We're going to take another look at it. Yep, and she shoved Flobeck right from behind, and I'm not quite too sure if I think that's a yellow card worthy, but the ref down there had a clear view of the foul that was from behind. So
absolutely. There you see the senior co-captain out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, has just been a workhorse for Texas A&M, has Carly Moeller. And that's exactly what we're talking about just a moment ago, Allie. That kind of goal that can go in, and Texas A&M finds itself behind, even though they have dominated possession.
You're right, that ball just missed the inside of the goal.
Another foul. This time on Lindsey Holstein.
Here's another look at it. Michaela Harvey exploding into her open space, just like what she does so well, and Holstein just getting her from behind. Once again, the same kind of clip fouls from behind, Dave.
Ashlyn Harriman with the free kick, headed high. Holstein gets a head on it for UNT. Harriman will send it in one more time. It was Haley Pounds there trying to chase it down, just couldn't quite get a beat on it. Closing in on 1 minute left here in the first half. Aggies hoping to do something here in the closing minutes with this attack in the
1 minute remaining in the half.
Offensive end, and as I say that, immediately throw it away. Kirstein will put the ball back in play for the Mean Green. The Aggies with 12 shots, 5 on frame, 3 shots for UNT. That's Claudette Losandro, another one of the freshmen for Texas A&M, number 7.
And you can see here UNT's keeper, Kirsten, just going to keep the ball at her feet and try to let the clock roll out to halftime.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the end of the first half. No score between the Aggies and the Mean Green.
And that is going to do it here in the first half. There you see a shot of the Maroon Militia. We are tied at 0. A physical contest between two 8-1 teams, Texas A&M and the University of North Texas. We'll be back with halftime right after this. Back here at Ellis Field on the campus of Texas A&M University. It's North Texas 0 and the 5th-ranked Texas A&M Aggies 0. You see the gold flags there. It's go gold game here for Texas A&M.
to help find a cure for pediatric cancer. Here's a quick way to find out all the great things you can do. All you have to do is go to AggieSoccer.com, look there for the link, bid on some great items, help find a cure for pediatric cancer. We'll be right back right after this.
You can also help out via text. Text AGS GOLD to 41411. That's AGS GOLD, AGS GOLD, to 41411. Visit GoGold.org to find out more. Remember, be brave, be bold, go gold.
This has been a tough contest between two very determined teams. Very much like
A reminder, the birthday parties are now on sale through the Junior Aggie Club for upcoming soccer matches. Packages include game tickets, concession vouchers, posters, and a video board shout-out. To find out more or to book your party, contact the Junior Aggie Club at 979-862-5428 or email junioraggieclub@athletics.tanu.edu. Special thanks to Academy Sports and Outdoors, Brazos Valley Pediatric Dentistry, Mattress Firm, and Wells Fargo for their support of the Junior Aggie Club.
Back here at Ellis Field on the campus of Texas A&M University, it's a tight one. North Texas 0, Texas A&M 0. The Aggies and the Mean Green in a physical contest here. Here you see the stats. Texas A&M Allie has dominated the first half, dominated possession, but nothing to show for it.
Yeah, Dave, they've had 13 shots, but only 5 on goal. If they are able to get more shots on goal in the second half, they should be able to put this game away.
3 yellow cards issued so far tonight, 2 for North Texas. They went to Lindsay Holstein and Jackie Moreau. There you see some of the physical play that led to these yellow cards.
And UNT is dominating in fouls, which is obviously not necessarily a good thing, but 12 fouls to 5 just shows how physical this game is tonight.
Carly Moeller with a yellow card for Texas A&M as well, and we are underway here in the second half. Texas A&M in the white, North Texas in the lime green jerseys. As we mentioned, been a very physical contest here tonight. Texas A&M with a lot of chances, nothing to show for it. North Texas, excellent on defense. And there you see it right there. North Texas. That is Anna Flobeck with the goal.
And North Texas just came out of this halftime ready to go. Here's this ball in, and Flobeck is open right at the top of the penalty box, and a clinical finish right there to her left post.
Split the Aggie back line. We were just talking about it a couple of times, as a matter of fact, Allie. The Aggies with so many opportunities in the first half, couldn't finish one, dominating the game. All of a sudden, they find themselves behind.
These next 5 minutes are so important for Texas A&M, Dave. They need to get back in their rhythm here and try to get a goal and stay in this game right away.
There's Allie Watt with the cross, sent away. Battling for it there is Michaela Harvey and Carla Pineda. The foul will be on Michaela Harvey. How important is it for Texas A&M not to get frustrated here and to maintain their flow and their pattern of play?
They need to realize that the second half just started. They have over 43 minutes left in this game. Plenty of time for them to keep possession and break UNT down defensively and to create more opportunities. Just so much time left.
will be a throw-in for North Texas on the far side of the field. Jackie Moreau will take it. Moreau is a senior out of Coppell, Texas. Here comes the counter, Texas A&M. That's Michaela Harvey. There you see physical play right there by UNT to break up the Aggie rhythm.
And that play there, Dave, got broken up just a little bit. Michaela Harvey had a nice run coming out of the midfield, but both Pounds and Crabtree made the same run to the right side of the field, limiting Harvey's options.
Throw in Aggies. Far side, that's Carly Moeller. Again, coming into this contest, both teams were 8-1 on the season. Texas A&M a perfect 5-0 at home. UNT a perfect 4-0 on the road. Nice move there by Allie Watt for Texas A&M. Nothing to show for it. That's Moeller sending a ball in. And that might have been right there a little indication of a little bit of frustration on Texas A&M part where Carly Moeller taking a shot, sending it well right, as opposed to settling the ball down and seeing what kind of passing lanes are available.
Yeah, exactly. And giving it back to Kirsten, the UNT goalkeeper, and she's going to take her time on those goal kicks and try to start wasting time for her team now that they're up 1-0.
Mallerby back to Pounds, the sophomore combo. Ball sent in nicely, but nobody there to close it for Texas A&M. Ball settled there by Libby Murphy. There's Murphy. She's a sophomore out of McKinney, Texas. Again, as we mentioned earlier, every one of the players on UNT from the state of Texas.
You can already see a bit of game management here by UNT, walking to the ball and taking their time on these throw-ins and restarts because they know how important it is to start having seconds off the start getting seconds ticking off the clock here now that they're up.
Long ball sent forward. It's going to be gathered in there by Tess Graham. That's Michaela Paulson for Texas A&M, another one of the sophomores for the Aggies. She made the SEC All-Freshman team last season. Great start to her Texas A&M career. There's Pounds for the Aggies. Shot deflected away there nicely by Jackie Kirstein, moving to her left. I believe that ball might have been inside the post.
I love seeing Haley Pounds on that left-hand forward side, cutting in, putting it on her strong right foot, and getting a great shot back post, but Kirstein coming up big again for North Texas.
Will be a corner kick for Texas A&M. Again, Haley Pounds will take it for the Aggies. There you see her. Carried away by Kirstein. Pounds sit in. Mallerby closes, sends it well high. There you see Haley Pounds looking at the difference between her 2014 and 2015 seasons as a freshman. A goal and 2 assists on 22 shots. Look at that production increase in 2015. 7 goals and 4 assists on 37 shots. That's just a little bit of maturation for Haley Pounds and also an opportunity to step forward and fill some of the big shoes of that senior class.
It's great to see Pounds doing so well. As I played with her last season, and she's just gotten so much better in the possession and the build-up and is able to be in the right spots at the right time as a smart forward and able to get 7 goals already this season.
There's Grace Wright, left back for Texas A&M, runs into trouble. And it'll be a throw-in for Texas A&M at the top of the attacking third. Again, the Aggies maintaining possession. Absolutely nothing to show for it so far. In fact, they are down 1-0 just in the opening seconds of the second half. It's Ashlyn Harriman right there for Texas A&M. Harriman is a junior out of Dana Point, California. Ball stolen away there. Here come the Aggies on a counter. Michaela Harvey past the first defender. But again, a great job of the UNT back line getting numbers up behind the ball.
Grissom did a nice job there defensively. She saw Harvey's touch got a little bit too far away from her and was able to come in for the clean tackle.
UNT right there. Libby Murphy battling Stephanie Mallerby for Texas A&M. The Aggies get the ball back, send it in their attacking half, and that is the speedster, Allie Watt, on the diagonal. Gets a cross in right through the goal mouth. And that was Haley Pounds trying to close on the ball.
Looks like Kirsten just got enough on it, a little touch. We'll take a look here. Looks like it just flicked off her fingertips here for a corner kick.
Absolutely. Great cross there by Allie Watt. She's had a couple of those tonight. There's Pounds, again, right-footed in swinging corner kick. Shot taken there by Malaby right from the 6. Went into the body of Kirstein. Kirstein 6'1". That's Paulson to Pounds. Ball parried away one more time by Jackie Kirstein.
And on that last play there, Pounds looking for the shot. I think another Aggie player in the box probably had a better chance and a better look there.
Quick corner for the Aggies. Grace Wright tried to send it in. Michaela Harvey, right center back for the Aggies. Again, 17 shots for Texas A&M, 8 on frame, 4 shots for UNT, 1 on frame, but that one found the back of the net. There you see Jackie Kirstein. She has a 0.34 goals against average coming into this game and a .914 save percentage. Of course, in goal for Texas A&M is Taylor Saucier. She's not chopped liver either. 1.00 goals against average and a .771 save percentage. 2 outstanding keepers between the pipes here at Ellis Field. There's Aggie head coach G. Guerreri, one of the all-time winningest coaches in Division I. There you see him right there, 403 victories. Just an outstanding career here at Texas A&M, the only soccer coach Texas A&M has ever had. Another cross in there from Allie Watt to Haley Pounds, just over her head.
Michaela Harvey for the Aggies. Ahead to Pounds, lays it off. That's what. Again, you got to look there. 5, 6 North Texas players there in the penalty area. Tangled up there were Carla Pineda and Michaela Harvey. Again, been a very physical contest here tonight. A couple of yellows issued to UNT, to Jackie Moreau and Lindsey Holstein. One issued to Texas A&M. That went to Carly Moeller. And a ton of fouls. At halftime, 12 fouls for North Texas, 5 called on Texas A&M. And the pace has been sustained here in the second half. How much of a pattern, Allie, is Texas A&M falling into by going to the right side almost exclusively here in the second half and then playing the cross in from what? Does it get to be too much of repetition?
It does a little bit, and it gets a little bit predictable for UNT. They know which players they're trying to find. They know they're trying to find out wide. I'd like to see A&M try to find a little bit more of combination play up and around their box.
There's Grace Wright for Texas A&M. Carly Moeller on the dribble. Trying to get it into Brittany Crabtree for Texas A&M. First time we've called Crabtree's name here in the second half.
Yeah, I'd like to see Texas A&M center forward Crabtree able to show for the ball and look for Harvey and Mallory in the attacking mids. Look to lay it off to them to create an offensive attack. Because Harvey and Mallory are so good at going at defenses on the dribble.
A couple of substitutions for UNT. Checking into the lineup, Marshall Davis along with Chelsea Soto. Checking out of the lineup for UNT, it's Libby Murphy along with Carissa Sanders. Last time UNT beat a ranked team, a top 25 team, was the University of Denver back in 2003. They've done it 3 times in program history. They're about 29 minutes and 48 seconds at least from doing that, but they are up 1-0. Again, University of North Texas, the regular season champions last year in Conference USA. Rice University won the tournament. And of course, Rice University, coached by former Nikki Thrasher, who happened to be inducted in the Texas A&M Hall of Fame this past Friday. There you see UNT, the UNT head coach. Substitutions for Texas A&M. Brittany Crabtree will check out of the lineup. Janae Cousineau will check into the lineup for Texas A&M. And Allie, what is that doing to the way? Watch this here. That's Allie Watt. Mallory tried to close on it again, cleared away one more time by UNT. But what does that substitution do for Texas A&M in terms of the shape they're trying to utilize here?
I think that they're staying in a 4-3-3 formation, but they move Stephanie Mallory up into that central forward position, and I think that will help their offense a lot. Mallory is very good with her back to the goal, and they're going to be looking to play off of her.
We had a shot just a while ago of John Hedlund, the head coach at UNT. He is in his 21st season. There you see the Maroon Militia, some of them there, with the drums. John Hedlund, as I mentioned, head coach at UNT. Just an outstanding coach, 288 career victories, defending conference champions are UNT. He's got the third longest active streak of consecutive winning seasons at one school. Whistle and a foul called again, this time on Texas A&M. There you see him right there in his 21st season, 288, 112, and 25. Just a truly outstanding record. And he's, again, the idea that Texas A&M has a number of players, as you might imagine, from the university, from the state of Texas, rather, UNT, all of their players come from Texas. This is such a hotbed of club and high school soccer talent in this state. As a shot goes wide there, taken by Carla Pineda. No disrespect to you, Allie, as a native of California coming to the state of Texas.
Texas A&M, though, has over the recent years been able to recruit a lot of girls out of the Southern California area.
So checking out of the lineup for UNT at that last change was Tori Phillips, and checking in is going to be Carissa Sanders for the Mean Green. Another foul called. Carly Moeller for the Aggies. Get your foot into it. Cleared away one more time by North Texas. Still got plenty of time to go and bid on any of those items in the silent auction. You can go to AggieSoccer.com. All of the proceeds go to benefit the Go Gold effort to help defeat pediatric cancer. Can't think of a more noble cause than to participate in something like that. They can use your help. There are a lot of items up for sale. If you're not interested in any of those, you can just make a straight tax-deductible donation. They're online. You'll see a link there on the AggieSoccer.com website that will allow you to make a contribution. And I know all the folks at the Go Gold Foundation will be most appreciative.
And another foul here on UNT. Texas A&M given an opportunity here with a dangerous free kick situation.
Carly Moeller will take it for the Aggies. Ball comes in, parried up in the air, and a whistle and a foul called.
We'll take a look at it here. It looks like it was a foul on Michaela Paulson, coming in a little too late. Yep, right there, hitting Kirstine late on that play. A good call there by the referee to protect the goalkeeper.
North Texas leading the number 5 ranked Texas Aggies. UNT has not been to the NCAA tournament since 2012. A victory over Texas A&M on the road would go a long way toward helping that, combined with their record, 8-1 coming into tonight's contest. They already have victories over TCU, along with UNLV. They're going to get back into action at on the 25th at Marshall. They will start the Conference USA season. Texas A&M, their next contest against South Carolina in Columbia this coming Thursday night. And you can watch that on the SEC network. It will be the national broadcast. Pineda unable to clear it for UNT. Moeller will send it back in. Whistle and a foul called again over there. That's Allie Watt down for Texas A&M. Carissa Sanders, the offending party for North Texas.
It looks like on that play, Watt was beating her on the dribble, and Sanders just came in and hit her hard, and you could see Watt a little bit slow to get up there. Yep, Sanders just blocking Watt from getting to the ball, and a definite foul.
Allie Watt shaking up on the play for the Aggies.
That's what you call an obstruction foul in soccer, Dave.
The free kick for Texas A&M by number 3, Carly
I just know it looked like it hurt. There's Carly Moeller. Hoidu got a head on it first to flick it over her left shoulder. And then it was hit again just wide the post. It might have been Michaela Paulson.
Yeah, but it didn't look like she was expecting it. I think she thought Hoidu was going to get a head on it, and it hits off her body wide of the post.
Couple of substitutions for the University of North Texas. Libby Murphy will check into the lineup, as will Kelsey Slaughter, and checking out of the lineup is Lindsey Holstein along with Anna Flobeck. Ball sent out of bounds there off of the foot of Janae Cousineau. It'll be a throw-in for UNT. There's Marshall Davis with the ball. Amber Haggerty, number 12 there, battling for the ball. She's been in all night. Starting tonight in place of Rachel Holden. Holden not able to participate tonight, disqualified because of 5 yellow cards, the 5th of which she earned on Friday night. Also unavailable for UNT, as we mentioned earlier, is Alexis Cable. She received a red card in the contest Friday night. Out due to injury for Texas A&M is Emily Bates. Both teams a little bit short-handed tonight, but it has been a good contest nonetheless. And Texas A&M is on the short end of a 1-0 score here tonight, courtesy of a goal in the opening moments of the second half against the run of play, but it all counts just the same.
And UNT, Dave, has done a nice job so far tonight without their starting forward and their leading goal scorer, Holden. It's easy to get your confidence down going in and playing the number 5 team in the country without your leading goal scorer, but they've been able to look confident tonight.
There you see Emily Bates there for Texas A&M. I just mentioned her, the freshman for the Aggies. She has 3 goals and 5 assists on the season. Looks like we're going to have another card here. Nope, we're not. That's the paint that's going out.
The foul looks like it was just right outside the box. It might have looked like it was in the box right here because she fell right on the edge there, and North Texas player shoving Mallerby from behind on that play. Now this is an important time, Dave, for Texas A&M. This is an excellent free kick opportunity, and they need to take advantage of this.
Moeller, shot, deflected around, stopped, put back in, Texas A&M a goal. That's Janae Cousineau, who finally finished it off for the Aggies. For Cousineau, her 3rd of the season.
And a great ball in by Carly Moeller. Even though it was on the ground, she struck it so hard that UNT was not able to clear it fully, and Janae Cousineau right there to put it in.
And a great job as well by Michaela Paulson to keep the ball in play. She sent the ball back in, bounced it off of Jackie Kirstein, but nevertheless, she kept the ball in play and enabled Cousineau to bury it in the back of the net. And the Aggies have tied it.
It's excellent to see Janae Cousineau, one of the seniors and leaders on this team, coming off the bench tonight and scoring a very important goal for the Aggies.
Cousineau, a senior animal science major for Texas A&M, hopes to be a veterinarian. There's some great athletes on the field, also some great students for both of these teams. Cousineau just one of them. Aggies close on it again. Whistle and a foul called. I believe that's going to be on Mallerby. There you see Stephanie Mallerby.
Mallerby just wanting to get the second goal for A&M, a little bit too aggressive in the box, and getting Davis right there from behind.
There you see the sophomore, Stephanie Mallerby, out of Temecula, California. Again, we mentioned earlier, spent some time in South Africa this past summer, training with the South African national team. One of a number of Aggies who had some national team experience. And there she comes off a ball from Haley Pounds. That is Stephanie Mallerby. Cousineau, Hoydu to Moeller. Driven ball in, Allie Watt. There you see those folks behind the goal in the maroon t-shirts. Those are some of the members, a small portion of the members of the Corps of Cadets here at Texas A&M University. There you see them right there. Great supporters of Texas A&M soccer.
And you can just hear how loud they are to make the atmosphere at Ellis Field so much fun to play in.
There you see one of the yell leaders here as well. All the yells that are performed by the student body are all signaled by hand signals. That's what you saw there. There you go. Ashlyn Harriman with the ball. Aggies with a 21-6 margin in shots and a 9-1 margin in shots on goal, but we are even here. And of course, we are hopeful for a winner in regulation time, but if not, we will go to overtime, a maximum of 2 10-minute overtime periods. Golden goal is in effect, and neither team has been to overtime this season. So, substitution for the Aggies, Stephanie Mallerby will check out of the lineup, and another freshman for Texas A&M, Claudette Losandro from Austin, Texas, will check in. Losandro has 1 goal on the season, off of her left foot from about 6 yards out. Ball dumped down in the corner by Michaela Harvey. Too much pace on the ball. It'll go over the end line and be a goal kick for Jackie Kirstein for the University of North Texas.
And Soto did a nice job on that play defensively. She knows how fat Watt is on that right-hand side, and she just made sure that her defensive run was in front of Watt, blocking her from the ball and able to let it roll out of bounds for a goal kick.
Pounds heads it out to Losandro, near corner of the penalty area. She'll swing the ball in and through the 6 over the end line. Nobody closing from the right side for Texas A&M. Allie Watt was the closest player to it, but she was at the top of the penalty area. And another substitution for Texas A&M. Checking into the lineup is going to be Amethyst Kelly. Correction. Incorrect on that substitution. We'll get it straight here in just a moment.
It looks like Brittany Crabtree has come back into the game and to give Allie Watt a break over there on that right-hand side.
You're exactly right. There'll be a whistle and another foul, and I suspect another yellow card, the third of the night for UNT. This one will go to Molly Grisham.
A yellow card issued to North Texas number 6, Molly Grisham.
Grissom tripping pounds from behind, definitely a blatant foul there. And I like, Dave, how the ref is controlling this game. It is very physical, but he is not afraid to go in his pocket and hand out a card.
Fans are reminded that no gold silent auction tables will remain open through the end of tonight's match. If you put in a bid on a silent auction item, be sure to stop by the table and see if you're a winner on your way out of the stadium.
Again, we are tied at 1. As you see there, 13-10 left to play. That goal by Texas A&M by Janae Cousineau, the first goal on UNT in 445 minutes. Through ball from Harvey, trying to get it to Pounds. Harvey back with it. As she is, the call will be a no foul there inside the box.
And Harvey did hit the ground hard on that play, and I think the fans are upset that it was not a call to foul, but it did look like, we'll take a look here, the UNT defender did get the ball. As you can see, the ball changes complete direction going out wide for a corner kick.
Michaela Harvey down on the field. I think she's saying, give me a second, I'll be okay. As hard as she hit the ground, it may well be that she had the breath knocked out of her. That's Carly Moeller there, the senior captain. You see her wearing the yellow armband. And number 77 right there for Texas A&M is one tough cookie. It'll all result in a corner kick for Texas A&M. Haley Pounds will take it. It's the seventh corner kick for the Aggies. Whistle and a foul called again on University of North Texas, just outside the penalty area. Carissa Sanders, the guilty party on that one.
Sanders just jumps up in the air a little bit out of control, and that's why the ref calls it a foul and a dangerous play.
Carly Moeller will take it just outside of the penalty area. You see the Aggies and North Texas up near the far post side. Three-person wall there. Ball driven in, blocked. Shot taken by Moeller, sent high. A little bit of a wasted opportunity there, Allie, for Texas A&M.
Yeah, and they got their first goal tonight off of a set piece like that. It is so important to put the ball in play off of a free kick where someone else is able to hit it in.
Substitution for UNT. Checking into the lineup is going to be Tori Phillips, and checking out will be Carissa Sanders. Another substitution as well for UNT. Checking back into the lineup, Amber Haggerty. Going out will be Taylor Torres for the Mean Green. There's Haggerty and Harriman going at it at the top of the D. There you see the substitution rules. Once you leave the field in the first half, you can't come back in the first half, but in the second half, you can re-enter one time. So you'll see college coaches quite often take a player out, allow them to catch their breath for 5 or 10 minutes, and then put them back in for those final 10 to 15.
Which really helps for how short the college season is with having 2 games in each weekend, playing Friday and Sunday. It helps the coaches and these players give some of the girls a break.
It's hard to imagine, Allie, but we are with this game tonight basically halfway through the season.
It really is crazy how fast these games go by each week, and playing 2 teams each weekend, it just flies right by.
That's Grace Wright with the ball for Texas A&M. You see that was a great example of the pressure defense from UNT, where the center back for UNT came right up on Pounds. That was Lindsey Holstein just doing a great job defending Haley Pounds as Pounds was moving to her left on the diagonal, but just didn't give Pounds a lot of room to run.
Yeah, and UNT's defense has been impressive tonight with winning 50-50 tackles and by just putting immediate pressure on the ball.
25 shots for Texas A&M, just 7 for the University of North Texas. The Aggies with a 10-1 margin in shots on goal. But again, the only category that counts is how many times you can find the back of the net. And each team has done it once. 8:57, just a little under 9 minutes left. Both of these teams, should they go into overtime, it will be their first overtime game of the season. Again, 2 10-minute overtimes if we get that far. Golden goal is in effect. 5-minute period between regulation time and the first overtime period, and a 2-minute break between the 2 10-minute periods if they're both necessary. Chelsea Soto with a cross in, headed high there. Missed clearance, Flobeck. All the way down into the corner, Flobeck one more time, looking to get one off of her left foot. It goes off of the body of a Texas A&M defender. I believe that was Carly Moeller. The good thing about it is Taylor Saucier was able to go over and grab it.
A great decision there by Saucier to avoid the corner kick for UNT.
Whistle and a foul there on Ashlyn Harriman. You know, I was talking earlier, Carly, about that these are not only great athletes, but they're also great students. Let's go to this replay first.
Pineda is so good with the ball at her feet. She's so skilled, and she draws Ashlyn Harriman in and cuts her, and Ashlyn Harriman clips her there for the foul.
Headed away there by Michaela Paulson off the free kick from Carly Pineda. High ball in. That's Claudette Losandro. Whistle and a foul one more time, and I believe we're going to have the 4th card issued to UNT. We will. This one will go to Chelsea Soto. Yellow card number 4.
Yep, Soto just shoves Harvey there. Definitely a yellow card situation, and UNT knows how good Michaela Harvey is for Texas A&M. They know whenever she gets the ball, she's just so dangerous dribbling down the field, and I think that's why every time she gets the ball, they're trying to foul her there.
You saw just a moment ago 2 players on the sideline for Texas A&M about to check back into the lineup. That's Allie Watt and Stephanie Mallerby for Texas A&M. Again, over there resting the legs, trying to get ready for this final push. Cousineau wins that ball for the Aggies. Crabtree for Texas A&M has it poked away from her. Go out of bounds and a throw in. And we're going to get that substitution we were mentioning just a while ago. It will be Stephanie Mallerby and Allie Watt checking into the lineup for Claudette Losandro and Brittany Crabtree. Hoydu trying to get the ball into Mallerby. It's going to go over the end line. So Allie, you've got 5:40 left. What's Aggie head coach G. Guerreri, associate head coach Phil Stevenson, and assistant Lori Stevenson, what are they trying to tell Texas A&M here in the final 5 or 6 minutes of this contest?
They want their team to get numbers forward. They want to push everyone up offensively and try to get as many people in the box off crosses as much as they can. You can see they put Watt and Mallory back in. They gave them a little break, and I think that they put Watt back in because they want her to get down the line, use her speed, and try to put as many numbers for A&M in the box as possible to try to finish it.
Harvey comes out with it for Texas A&M. Nice job there, stepping in front by Amber Haggerty, wins the ball. Trying to get it to Pineda, and she is in. Going to take a shot, sends it high. You saw her, Allie looks like she got it on the right side of her right foot, just put a nice bend on the ball, but just sent it high.
Yeah, Pineda with a great look there and a chance to put UNT up in the last 5 minutes of this game. And you're right, Dave, she hit it a little bit too hard. She wanted to kill the ball. I think instead she should have just tried to aim for the back post and try to just roll it in that far side.
Mallory trying to chase it down. It'll go out of bounds. Be a throw-in for Texas A&M. Grace Wright will come up from her left back slot.
And here's another look at it. Yep, she just overhits it. She was trying a little bit too hard to try to make it a hard shot, and instead it needed to be a placement shot there.
Watt sends the ball in, skipped in on one hop, fielded well, smothered by Jackie Kirstein for UNT. As the seconds tick down here in College Station, we are tied at 1. Both scores in the second half.
And Texas A&M, Dave, has looked very sharp in possession. Just in that final third, that final pass, that final shot is just where they've been a little bit off tonight.
26 shots for Texas A&M, 11 on frame, 8 shots for UNT, just one of those 8 on frame. There's Pounds, goes to the right. Whistle and a foul again on UNT.
Another one of the same fouls that we've seen tonight. Pounds beats her player on the dribble there and clipped her in the air. And this is, Dave, such an important opportunity for Texas A&M. Less than 3 minutes left in a similar spot where they scored their first goal tonight. They need to take advantage of this free kick opportunity.
Carly Moeller for Texas A&M, 16 assists during her career at Texas A&M, many of them on plays just like this. That was Michaela Paulson. You see her there on the ground. She is disappointed, wanted to get on the end of it. The ball came clean through, but just could not connect on it.
I like that ball in by Muller. She switched it up a little bit and put it very dangerously inside the 6 box.
Long ball forward as they try to hit Amber Haggerty for UNT. Could not quite do it. Harriman earned the throw in for Texas A&M. Goes off of UNT one more time. It'll be a throw in for the Aggies. Trying to get it to Cousineau. Michaela Harvey. UNT stops that run.
Haggerty coming back from an offside position. That's why she didn't go directly for the ball.
A lot of fouls by UNT tonight, but I have to say they've been very impressive in terms of being able to disrupt Texas A&M runs, the Texas A&M rhythm, being able to step into passing lanes. Ball out of bounds on the far side. Down to a minute in regulation. Cleared away by UNT, but it's Michaela Harvey. Keeps it in play for Texas A&M. Allie Watt with the cross. Goes through Cousineau looking for the shot for the Aggies. Earns a corner kick as we're down to 30 seconds. Aggies will have to hustle to get it off. They'll have time to set up a design play.
See, this is where they shouldn't be running to the ball, Dave. They should try to knock the clock all the way down for it to be the last play of the game.
Very good point.
Now they should be running with 10 seconds left with a corner kick opportunity on the line.
Here comes in the last one. Ball on the ground inside the 6. And time will expire. We are tied at 1 after 90 minutes. There will be a 5-minute break, and then we'll be coming back, bring you all of the action. Texas A&M 1, North Texas 1 here from Ellis Field, right here. Back here at Ellis Field on the campus of Texas A&M University, the Aggies and the North Texas Mean Green are tied at 1. About to head into overtime. Look at the stats here, Allie. We've talked about it all night. Domination by Texas A&M, but it's tied where it matters.
Texas A&M has 28 shots tonight. They need to find a way in this overtime period to put this game away. And you could take a look there too. North Texas, 20 fouls. It has been an extremely physical game tonight, and I don't think it's going to stop for the overtime.
And 11 more saves for Jackie Kirstein, the great goalkeeper for UNT. And you see the fouls, as we were talking about, 22-11. 31 fouls in this contest tonight.
And multiple yellow cards as well.
Exactly. 3 for UNT, 1 for Texas A&M.
Here's the goals from tonight. Flobeck finishing it. Far post, a great finish by UNT's forward. And here, Janae Cousineau able to follow up on the Muller free kick. Paulson able to get a touch on it. And the senior Janae Cousineau able to put it away for the Aggies.
You see both goals there in the second half. In the 46th minute for UNT, the 71st minute for Texas A&M. There you see Aggie head coach G. Guerreri. We're about to go into overtime. There you see the rules. 2 10-minute overtime periods. Sudden victory. First goal in. We are done for the night. 2 10-minute overtime periods maximum. If necessary, there'll be a 2-minute break between the two periods. Allie, you've been in these kind of games before as a player. This is the second game of the weekend. You're going in to the 91st minute plus. What's going through your head?
There's definitely a different mentality going into overtime. You're not trying to take your time. You do want to be patient in attack, but because of that golden goal, if you score, the game will end. You are pushing all of your numbers forward, trying to end this game as soon as possible.
The Aggies are out on the field. They will be going left to right. There you see the University of North Texas, the Mean Green, have given a great account of themselves tonight. Of course, they are no stranger to winning. 8-1 coming into tonight, the defending Conference USA regular season champions. They have given up their first goal in 400-plus minutes tonight. So they had 5 consecutive shutouts coming into tonight's contest. But the Aggies were able to put one in the back of the net, courtesy of the foot of Janae Cousineau off a restart by Carly Moeller. There you see the great goalkeeper for UNT. That was Jackie Kirstein. Texas A&M with no slouch of a goalkeeper either in Taylor Saucier. The redshirt sophomore out of Omaha, Nebraska, came in tonight with a 1.00 goals against average, and she has done herself well tonight. The Aggies will have the first touch. There you see Carly Moeller. And there's Aggie head coach G. Guerreri. Trying to cool off with a little bit of water. It's still a humid night in College Station. The high today was about 91. It's cooled off considerably from there, but as it cools off, it gets a little bit more humid. Aggies immediately in the attacking third. That's Stephanie Mallerby. Nice move by Mallerby. Left-footed shot. Had 2 players over there, Allie Watt and Haley Pounds, both trying to get ahead on it. A little too tall for the both of them.
Yeah, I think that was a shot by Mallerby that just went wide, and it kind of looked like a cross, but definitely too high for the other forwards to get something on it.
See, now that's the difference between you and me, Allie. I would claim that as a shot if it were me. If I took that, I would say, oh, yes, I meant to do that all along. You're just too honest.
I've been in these overtime situations before.
Foul called on Texas A&M. A free kick for UNT. Taking it will be Jackie Moreau.
And UNT taking their time here because I think that they would be very happy coming away with a tie with the number 5 team in the country.
The Aggies, of course, will be disappointed in anything but a win. There's Michaela Harvey right down the middle of the field. Takes the shot, going to be fielded there. No pressure on Jackie Kirstein. How much of an adjustment is it, Allie? The Texas A&M, of course, doing without one of their starters tonight in Emily Bates. And, of course, UNT as well doing out with one of their starters, Rachel Holden. Tell us, how much of an adjustment is it in for the other 10 players out there?
It's definitely an adjustment. Both Bates and Holden, big parts of these squads. Bates coming in and scoring 3 goals already on the season, and another aggressive foul here for UNT. But there's a look at Bates. She's been a star starting out her freshman season, so it's definitely a loss for Texas A&M tonight not having her in the lineup. And then on the other hand, UNT's Holden, their leading goal scorer. Like I said earlier, it could be a little bit, get your confidence down, not knowing and not having your goal scorer there. And here's a look at the foul. Mallerby getting the foul for Texas A&M. She's been getting hit hard a lot tonight.
Ball bounds inside the penalty area, finally cleared away, but it'll be a corner for Texas A&M. That is the 5th yellow card issued to a University of North Texas player. Tonight, 1 issued to Texas A&M. That went to Carly Moeller. Moreau, Grisham, Holstein, Davis, and Soto with cards for UNT. Paulson got a head on it, sent it high, fielded there, no problem by Kirstein. Two players down, that is Janae Cousineau as well as Carla Pineda down for UNT, and it's going to be Cousineau with a yellow card. The 7th yellow card tonight.
11, Janae Cousineau draws the yellow card to the Aggies.
We need to check the stats and see, how many yellow cards have been issued in one game here in College Station. 7 is a lot.
I can tell you that in my years of broadcasting soccer,
here's a look at the foul.
Been through in a game.
Cousineau just clipping Pineda there when she had possession of the ball.
Taking the kick will be Chelsea Soto, I believe. Nope, she's not. It'll be Pineda who will go back to take it for UNT. Pineda, very dangerous player for UNT. Called her name a lot tonight. Moeller will send it out for Texas A&M. Could have been fielded potentially there by Taylor Saucier in goal. Carly Moeller decided not to take that chance and sent it over the end line for a corner kick. We're in our first overtime period again. First period will last 10 minutes. It's golden goal, so first team to score, and we are done. If it's still tied after this first period, we'll take a short break and start a second 10-minute period. If it's still tied after the second 10-minute period, we will call it a night. Rebound comes back to Allie Watt in the middle. Michaela Harvey. Rebound comes to Hoydu. She was going to swing it in the middle. Sent away. Finally by Molly Grisham for UNT. And here comes the Mean Green. Nice job there by Ashlyn Harriman for Texas A&M. As the action speeds up here. Harriman was running on a diagonal. Hoydu saw her, but broken up there nicely by Tess Graham for UNT. Again, next goal wins. You see it right up there in the left upper corner of your screen. So we're now under 6 minutes. 13 shots for Texas A&M. 1 shot for North Texas. And those are shots on frame, 29 shots total for Texas A&M to 8 for UNT. Harvey goes down again. The official says play on.
Looks like Pounds coming from an offsides position there. An offsides call on Texas A&M.
I have to tell you, the center, the referee tonight, Corey Rockwell, has earned his money tonight. Been a very physical contest, and he has had a lot of calls to make and a lot of decisions to make in terms of whether you issue a card or you don't. Dangerous ball right there by UNT, and it's Carly Moeller who clears it away. There you see Aggie head coach G. Guerreri. Just went over the 400 career mark against the University of Florida about 10 days ago. See over there on the far side of the field, a couple of substitutes ready to enter the contest for UNT at the first opportunity.
You can see a lot of the exhaustion starting to set in. It's a lot of back and forth, and these girls are starting to get really tired going back defending, then back on the attack. It's a lot.
This is where all of the training in August starts to come into play, so that you can be strong in that 95th, 96th minute. Cleared out of bounds by UNT. Sent out of bounds by Tess Graham. Quick throw in, Texas A&M. UNT gets it. Sends it ahead. Try to get it to Amber Haggerty. They can't connect there. Some of the Maroon Militia still here. Of course, for Texas A&M, going into overtime in a physical contest like this is not something they particularly wanted, because they've got a short week, have to get turned around and travel to play Thursday night in Columbia, South Carolina. So it's going to make it a difficult week for the Aggies. There you see the upcoming schedule on Thursday against South Carolina. And then on Sunday at Georgia. And a couple of substitutions. Checking out of the lineup is going to be Marshall Davis, along with Lindsey Holstein, and checking into the lineup will be number 8 Taylor Torres, along with number 3 Libby Murphy for UNT. Down under 2 minutes here in the first overtime period. 1-1. Pounds with a shot, got inside, split 2 defenders, but sends it just over the crossbar.
A great job there by Haley Pounds, able to create something for herself. Her back to the goal, split 2 players, and it just goes right over the crossbar.
And a minute 28 left in the first overtime period. We will play a second 10-minute overtime period if it's necessary. Of course, first team to score will win it. And the game will be recorded as a tie if nobody scores through the end of the second 10-minute overtime period. Have a short break between the two.
1 minute remaining in the first overtime.
Cleared away by UNT. Saucier in goal for Texas A&M. Hasn't been too terribly busy tonight. And an offside call.
No Texas called offside.
A credit to Texas A&M defense there being so organized for that offsides play.
Haley Pounds down inside the penalty area, gets it on her left foot, sends a cross, cleared away by UNT.
Texas A&M called offside.
Yep, it looks like Stephanie Mallerby, similar situation coming back from that offsides position, another offsides call.
Final seconds of this first overtime period ticks down. There you see Moreau for UNT. And she'll just send it out of bounds.
3, 2, 1.
All righty, that is the end of the first 10-minute overtime period. We will have a 2-minute break here. Texas A&M and UNT are tied at 1 from Ellis Field in College Station. Still a good crowd here watching soccer here in the Central Texas area. There you see our score. We'll be right back right after this. This is at Ellis Field on the campus of Texas A&M University. There you see a few of the Corps Cadets members, the freshman Corps Cadets members out tonight supporting Texas A&M soccer. It's been a good game. We're tied at 1. There's the Aggie soccer team. Allie, here are the stats. Again, the story of domination by Texas A&M on everywhere but the scoreboard.
Yeah, Texas A&M 30 shots. Unable to get a lot of shots, though, in the overtime, though, David. At the end of regulation, they had 28. They were able to get 2 more, 13 on goal at this point. They just need to put one away. They're completely dominating this game, and it would be a little bit of a disappointment if they didn't come away with a win tonight.
All right, again, here is the situation in terms of the rules. This is the second of 2 potential 10-minute overtime periods. There you see them right there. First team to score, and we are done. They will be the winner tonight. If no one scores in this second 10-minute overtime period, the game will be recorded as a tie. Well, that's the rules in college soccer. Allie, how much of an issue do muscle cramps, etc., become in this second 10-minute overtime period?
It can definitely become a big factor. These girls have been playing over 100 minutes at this point, and if they aren't completely hydrated and refueling themselves throughout the week and the day before the game and the day of, cramps could definitely start to happen and play a big part so late in the game.
Whistle and a foul called on the far side. That will be called on Allie Watt. It'll be a throw-in. No, excuse me, not on a foul. It'll be a free kick on the far side. Every possession here, Allie, important as you get down into the final 10 minutes.
Exactly, and it is so important to do something productive with the ball because just like that, a counter attack can happen and one team can pull away with the win.
There comes UNT, top of the attacking third. Shot taken, fielded there by Taylor Saucier. Nice driven ball there.
Yeah, good luck, but didn't really have to make Saucier move too much of her line, so an easy save for her.
And again, that was Amber Haggerty for UNT, starting tonight for Rachel Holden, who, as we mentioned, unable to play tonight due to accumulation of 5 red cards.
And Haggerty has been impressive tonight. She looks like she could definitely be a starter on this UNT roster.
Cross coming in for Texas A&M, trying to get it to Harvey. Rebound comes out. Sent back in again. It'll be a throw in, Texas A&M. UNT is able to hang on for the tie, not to say that they aren't trying to win it, but if they do hang on and eventually tie Texas A&M, it will be the first time that they have tied a top 25 team. Ashlyn Harriman swings it in. Over the head of Pounds and cleared away. Harriman retreats. There's Haggerty pursuing her. Grace Wright for the Aggies. To Harvey. Carly Moeller. Pounds. Headed away nicely there on the back line. Cousineau trying to close on it again. In the middle to Pounds. Shot deflected there. Nice save by Jackie Kirstein.
I like that idea there by Janae Cousineau. She could have tried to force a left-footed shot, but instead slips it to Pounds, who has a great opportunity on goal and an excellent save by North Texas keeper there.
Kirstein able to fully extend to her left. I think Haley Pounds didn't quite get as much on it as she wanted to. Didn't quite hit it as cleanly as she hoped to hit it. And that cost her a little bit of pace on the shot, allowed Kirstein to get just on the end of that ball.
And Kirstein just has been so impressive tonight.
Again, there you see the clock ticking down. Next goal wins. We will be through with soccer in 6 minutes and 20 seconds, one way or the other. A maximum of 6:20. Moeller. There comes the cross from Watt. Again, great defense there by UNT in the middle of the field.
And you can see Texas A&M pushing all their numbers forward. Both of their outside backs, Muller and Grace Wright, look like that they're playing outside mid at this point, with just leaving Harriman and Paulson back there as the center backs.
Ball high in the air. I would say it would bring rain, but it doesn't rain anymore here in College Station.
You never know, though.
There's Carly Moeller on the diagonal. Top of the attacking third. Shot goes off the body of a UNT defender. And it all ends for naught. Mallerby tried to get a shot off.
It looks like her touch just got a little bit too far away from her, and UNT's defense was able to pounce. A great run by Muller coming in on the right-hand side. Yep. And Mallerby's touch just a little bit too far, with UNT's defenders able to close in.
Carly Moeller with it. I suspect, Allie, as a player who has played through this, in fact, you scored a goal in overtime, as you see Aggie head coach G. Guerreri. You scored a goal to get a win for Texas A&M against Utah. In the NCAAs, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep, the first round.
First round of the NCAAs. As you go into overtime and you get deep into overtime, in this case, 16-plus minutes into overtime, I mean, so much of it, doesn't it become mental to be able to force your body to do things?
Exactly, Dave. Your body just gets so exhausted, and you just have to keep telling yourself, keep pushing, because you don't want to have any regrets. You don't want to look back on this game and say, I could have done this, or this could have happened if I would have slid in front of the goal or done anything I can to score. And here's a look at the foul here. It looks like UNT just got Watt from behind and shoved her out of bounds, but...
And another yellow card issued. Here comes the ball in off the kick. Pounds got a foot on it. Sent away again by UNT. Finally cleared away. Harriman will have to run it down for Texas A&M. We're under 4 minutes. Actually, the clock is not running right now. Now it just started. Haggerty sends the ball over to the near side. Grace Wright shields the ball from Pineda for UNT, and a whistle, and the clock is stopped again. I think this may have to do with, we noticed a while ago the clock was not running right at the 4:01 mark. He may be going over to talk to the fourth official as he looks down at the clock to make sure the time is right and to ask how much time went off.
And the players right now are not complaining about this. They would love to have a 30 seconds or a minute right here to regroup and to focus with less than 4 minutes left in this game to try to get it done.
Looks like he is not going to, wait, let's see. Better not get ahead of himself. All right, that time was 3:20 is what we have now left to play. The clock is adjusted just a little bit. Michaela Paulson on the long run. Watt dumps it in. Ball bounding around. Cousineau. Kirstein shot again. We'll find out who got it. It was Kirstein who smothered it. What a collision. There you see some of the Maroon militia, some of the Aggie faithful, hoping for a final goal here.
A great ball in by Watt, put it in such a dangerous area. And again, North Texas keeper Kirsten did just a nice job of sticking with the play. I think she had multiple saves on that play just now.
2:28. Big collision there between Michaela Harvey and one of the UNT defenders. That is Molly Grisham.
Harvey coming in late on the play here and flying in the air for a dangerous foul.
Hoydu.
The ref says play on there. That was a foul, but he points to play on for A&M.
And that's correct. And the reason for that was because A&M came out with possession.
Exactly. If the team comes out with a possession that looks like they're going to be continuing their play, the ref will let them play on. But right here, another foul against UNT for A&M. They need to take advantage of this set piece opportunities. Carly Muller has had, yep, there's the foul there on Hoydu.
But you'll see Grace Wright comes out with the advantage, so the official says play on. Back to live action. That was goal! Texas A&M! Allie Watt jumped over the ball. It fooled Kirstein, and the Aggies have won it.
Carly Muller with the first goal of her Texas A&M career, and what a time to have it here in overtime play.
That is so eerily similar of the goal that the Aggies scored on Friday night as Allie Watt jumped in front of a ball there off of the foot of Haley Pounds to score a goal, and this time it was Carly Muller, distracted Kirstein, I believe, and the Aggies win it 2-1 with just 1:05 left in the second overtime period. Exciting soccer game here tonight, a physical soccer game dominated by Texas A&M, but a great job, Allie, by UNT in terms of hanging in there tonight against an offensive onslaught by Texas A&M.
Yeah, have to give credit to North Texas tonight. They did a great job against playing against one of the top teams in the country, keeping it so close for so long. Texas A&M able to come away tonight in overtime. There's no better feeling than winning a golden goal in overtime tonight.
All righty, there you see the Aggies going off the field there. 2-1 tonight over North Texas. Thanks for watching. You've been watching Texas A&M soccer on the SEC ESPN network.